What is up, everyone? Today I'm back with a new video about Manta at SeaWorld Orlando. It's my first coaster review, and it's going to be awesome, so let's get started. Now, I went to SeaWorld Orlando in March 2016, rode this coaster 3 times, and I have to say there's some general thoughts about it that are really good. There's really not a lot of bad things about this roller coaster. So before I say more about this, let's just get to some facts about the ride. Manta is approximately 140 feet tall, the second tallest flying coaster in the world, coming short to Tatsu at Six Flags Magic Mountain. The drop is 113 feet due to terrain differences, and during the ride, inversion elements include a Pretzel Loop and 3 inline twists. There are 2 brake runs during this ride, and riders reach speeds up to 56 miles per hour during the ride. The duration of Manta is also 2 minutes and 36 seconds, one of the longest flying coasters out there. And yeah, this is a really intense and awesome ride. So let's get to what I think of it. So my only time visiting SeaWorld Orlando, I visited on a Monday in March, which was when spring break was last year. And I have to say, I don't know if it's because of Manta's awesome capacity with being a B&M. And I think they have 3 trains. Very, very awesome. They have double loading. And I think because of that, each ride only took 10 minutes to wait in line. It was so awesome. The rides are really cool, especially the queue line. Although it really never gets to there are a lot of awesome aquariums in the queue line, which are really awesome photo ops. So it's not like, you're waiting in line, it's all boring and just random metal, like Cedar Fair parks and stuff like that. But there's actually legit theming. There's actually real mantas in the queue line. It's really cool. But let's get to the actual ride. So, as I said, Manta is 140 feet tall, and I have to say, it takes a long time to get to the top of the lift. More than a normal flying coaster like Superman, Ride of Steel, Ultimate Flight. Takes, I guess, just due to height differences, or maybe a worn out lift. But first real problem there. Anyway, the drop feels really, really long on this one. It's very, very forceful, and I have to say it's very intense at the bottom of the first drop. Especially the Pretzel Loop. For those of you who've ridden Superman Ultimate Flight at several Six Flags parks, you probably know what I'm talking about. This ride is very intense at the Pretzel Loop, the bottom specifically, and especially if you're riding in the back, it kind of feels a little bit rough, but, not incredibly rough, more like a little bit shaky, but it's okay. So then we do a few more elements, some overbank turns around the front of the park, and then go into a brake run. And many of the members of the GP believe this is the end of the ride and start to prepare to leave or something. And then there's a drop into a somewhat splashdown. SeaWorld has water to be sprayed up at the riders. You don't really feel it unless you're in the back, and then you actually do get hit mildly with water. And it's very, very awesome. It just felt like a really cool experience to me. There are even some near misses at the end of the ride, with the overbank turns at the bottom of, the little coaster ground area. And then we go into the final brake run. Now, if the team at Manta, like the staff members and all, if they are kind of having some capacity issues, like maybe restraints are locking too fast or something like that, then they will keep you there longer in the flying position. I remember my first ride, I was stuck in the brake run facing down for a really long time. It was really fun, actually. It was a cool experience, but, for the most part, Manta is incredibly smooth, very intense at times, and I would just highly recommend it to anyone visiting SeaWorld. It's such an awesome roller coaster. It's become my favorite flying coaster, and really on high up to the position of one of my favorite roller coasters of all time. It's really awesome. And yeah, I rate it overall out of 10 and 8. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.